Hey everyone! Thanks so much for joining me today on the Enlightened Hearts Ministries podcast. I'm really glad we can sit down together for a few minutes. Just take a breath and look at where God is meeting us in our messy everyday lives. Before we dive into the deep end, if you've been finding some comfort or a little light in these reflections, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. It keeps our community connected, and it ensures we can keep sharing these quiet moments together. So, let's talk about our obsession with safety. We like our boundaries clean, our bank accounts predictable, and our spiritual lives neatly wrapped up in a nice pretty bow. It's just human nature to build a fortress out of our daily routines and call it peace. But if you look closely at the rhythms of the church's liturgy as we slide back into ordinary time, you quickly realize that God isn't particularly interested in keeping us comfortable. In fact, He seems to have this habit of intentionally dismantling our security blankets, just to show us what real sustenance looks like. Take a look at the first reading today from the first book of Kings. Elijah walks right up to King Ahab, delivers a devastating prophecy of a historic drought, and then God tells him to go hide by the Wadi Cherith. No supermarkets, no safety nets, just a tiny stream and a flock of ravens. Think about that. Ravens brought him bread and meat in the morning, and bread and meat in the evening. In the ancient Hebrew tradition, ravens were unclean animals. They are scavengers. If you were looking for a reliable catering service, you wouldn't pick the birds known for hoarding food for themselves. Yet God uses the most unlikely, countercultural instruments to sustain His servant. Elijah had to wake up every single morning, look at the sky, and trust that his survival would be delivered by a bird that naturally preferred to eat the meal itself. It was an exercise in absolute, humiliating dependence. Every single crumb was a reminder that he was not in control. And that brings us to the responsorial psalm. We sing, "Our help is from the Lord, who made heaven and earth." The psalmist reminds us that the one who guards Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps. But notice the tension here. You don't desperately sing about the Lord being your shade unless you are standing in the middle of a scorching desert. You don't need a guardian unless you are completely vulnerable. The psalm isn't a promise that the sun won't shine or that the journey won't be dangerous. It's a promise that in the middle of the exposure, you are kept. Fast forward to the Gospel of Matthew, and the spiritual physics remain exactly the same. Jesus climbs a mountain, sits down, and opens His mouth to deliver the Sermon on the Mount. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they who mourn, for they will be comforted. If we are honest, the Beatitudes read like a cosmic checklist of things we spend our entire lives trying to avoid. Who wants to be poor in spirit? Who wants to mourn or face persecution? Our world values the aggressive, the self-made, the highly insulated. But Jesus stands on that hill and essentially says, "Blessed are the ones who have run out of options. Blessed are the ones who know they cannot save themselves." This is what the church fathers called holy poverty. Not just a lack of material goods, but an interior posture that acknowledges our complete bankruptcy before God. In paragraph 2546 of the Catechism of the Catholic Church, it reminds us that Jesus blesses the poor in spirit because they are the ones who are ready to welcome the kingdom. When you are full of yourself, your accomplishments, and your own righteousness, there is simply no room left for God to pour His grace into your life. You are like a cup filled to the brim with stagnant water. You can't receive the fresh living stream. This connects right back to what we've been reflecting on regarding the very nature of God, the great I Am. He is not a distant landlord demanding a rent of good deeds. He is existence itself, the constant, unwavering source of life who meets us in our emptiness. Elijah's bread in the morning and evening was a profound foreshadowing, a whisper of this greater reality. Every single day, in the celebration of the Holy Eucharist, the source and summit of the Christian life. As the Catechism notes, in paragraph 1324, Jesus does not just send us food, he becomes our food. When we walk up the aisle to receive the Blessed Sacrament, we walk with the posture of the Beatitudes. We come with open, empty hands. We don't buy the Eucharist. We don't earn it. We receive it as beggars. We stand before the priest, look at a small white host that looks as fragile and insignificant as a scrap of bread by a drying brook, and we say, Amen. We confess that this humble, hidden reality is our actual life. If you are feeling a bit run out today, if your personal wadi is starting to dry up, let go of the illusion that you have to be the master of your own destiny. Allow yourself to be small, to be poor in spirit, and to be fed by the only one who can truly satisfy. To help us rest in that truth, let's take a moment to reflect on this beautiful, quiet haiku from today's blog post. Let these words anchor your heart as we close our time together. Empty hands held high, he broken for the hungry. The brook never dries. And, looking ahead to tomorrow, things are going to get even more challenging. We're going to look at what happens when the brook does completely dry up, and how a widow with nothing left but a handful of flour reveals what it means to be the salt of the earth and the light of the world. Jesus tells us to let our light shine. But what happens when you feel like you're burning on fumes? We'll dive into Matthew chapter 5, verses 13 to 16 next time. Until then, I'm Atlas. Keep your hands open, trust the provider, and may God bless you on the journey.